Did you know that worldwide obesity rates have doubled in adults, tripled in children, and quadrupled in teenagers in the last 30 years? Although there are many causes for these issues, there is one thing that everyone has the power to manage in their lives, but not everyone does: exercising a little bit every day. Incorporating physical activity into your daily routine is one of the most important things you can do to sustain a healthy lifestyle. You can tell a lot from a person who wakes up every morning with a chip on their shoulder and strives to become a better version of themselves day in and day out. The best part of it all is that it only takes about 30 minutes per day, making it manageable and accessible to everyone. You have the ability to alter your habits and eventually share what you've learned through your own life experiences. The reason why physical fitness is important is because it not only lowers your risk of developing health problems, which is America's #1 killer, but it also improves your entire appearance. Exercising has been demonstrated to improve self-esteem and confidence, both of which are linked to mental health. The most significant reason why people in America today need to exercise regularly is because it will keep the body in good health. However, reduced habitual physical activity, increased television viewing, increased caloric intake, and decreased energy expenditure, and parental body fatness have all been linked to increasing body fat over time. As a result, parents must become more involved in their children's eating habits, physical exercise, and overall weight management. According to research, some people are predisposed to gaining weight due to hereditary reasons. Increased activity and a common sense approach to food consumption moderation may prevent obesity even in young people who are genetically susceptible to it. This proves that the vast majority of people can become healthy if they devote the necessary time and effort, which will help reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Professor of Health and Human Performance, Dr. Gregory Heath, reports that more than 5.3 million deaths might have been avoided each year if all inactive people began exercising. Most people think of exercise as merely a physical activity, but it also involves mental engagement. People who exercise have higher self-esteem and confidence, as well as a lower risk of depression and anxiety. This ensures that you feel comfortable and worthwhile when you regard yourself and have high self-esteem. You have typically positive interpersonal relationships and are self-assured in your talents. You're also receptive to new information and feedback, which can aid in the acquisition and mastery of new abilities. Exercising gives people energy, which helps them have a more positive outlook on life, while also lowering tension and stress. When you exercise, your body produces endorphins, which are hormones that make you happy. Furthermore, as your heart rate rises, so does our respiration, causing you to breathe harder and quicker. As a result, your bloodstream receives more oxygen, and therefore, more oxygen reaches your brain. This results in neurogenesis, or the formation of new neurons. Physical activity has been shown to enhance neurogenesis in the hippocampus, aiding in the improvement of brain function and memory. Exercise provides mental health-related advantages that are essential in living a strong and successful lifestyle. Great thing about exercise is that you can do it in a number of ways. People like all kinds of things such as running, swimming, lifting, yoga, and biking, to name a few. The majority of people assume that exercising takes too much time and effort, yet the truth is that attempting fitness is an enjoyable experience that will likely take your mind off everything else. The irony is that once you get into the habit of going to the gym or working out, you will feel guilty on the days that you don't. It is almost as if you are depriving yourself of the opportunity to improve. This itch turns into a game in which you compete with yourself, setting goals and incentives to keep you motivated. The urge is maintained by achieving the set goals, shattering the initial idea of simply waking up in the morning. Every day gets easier and easier than it would have if you hadn't taken the initiative. You've undoubtedly heard someone tell you that exercise is quote-unquote good for you probably about 1,000,000 times. Those who say this are not wrong. People who exercise can reduce weight, sleep better, and age well. It's critical to carve out time in your day for workouts, so schedule them in the same way you organize meetings. There has to be fewer people who sit around doing nothing and more people who venture out into this world and achieve success, especially at a younger age. I have been told that the lion is the king of the jungle, even though he is not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. The only thing that separates him from all the other animals is his mentality. When the lion sees the elephant, he thinks lunch, whereas the elephant thinks run. Every person on this earth has the ability to challenge themselves as long as they have the right mentality to burst through their ceiling and become the lion.